Hello students. Today we will see the characteristics of the phylum Cnidaria, which is also called as Coelenterata. The introduction of Cnidarians is they are diploblastic eumetazoans. Diploblastic means that they have two layers in the body wall, ectoderm and endoderm. Mesoderm is missing. So all the tissues of the body, they arise only from two germinal layers, the ectoderm and endoderm. In eumetazoans, they are true multicellular organisms with tissue grade of organization. This is important. In Porifera, we saw that the the body level of organization is cellular grade. Cell aggregate body plan was present in Porifera. In Coelenterata, a higher body plan is present, which is the tissue grade. That is, no organs are present. The Cnidarians are characterized by presence of stinging cells called as cnidocytes. That's why the phylum is named as Cnidaria. Then the body forms are very important. Two types of body forms are found in Cnidarians. They are the polyp and the medusa forms. Both the polyp and medusa form again form many different types, which we will see later. Now, what type of organisms are found in phylum Cnidaria? Some of the common examples of phylum Cnidaria or Coelenterata are: first is Hydra. The most common example by which we usually recognize the phylum Cnidaria is Hydra. Then the second example is jellyfishes. The common question which is asked in exams, mainly in competitive exam, is which of the following is not a true fish? Now see, the example here is jellyfish. Cnidarians, they are invertebrate and fishes are vertebrate. So this is not a true fish. Jellyfishes, they are not true fishes. The body is jelly-like. The body is composed of more than 90% water. So the body is usually translucent. As you can see in this example of jellyfishes, the image, the gonads, the four horseshoe-shaped gonads are seen. The whole body is translucent and it is also bioluminescent. Most of the jellyfishes are bioluminescent also. Jellyfishes are free swimming. They are medusa form and free swimming. The next example is sea anemone. If you see the sea anemone, they are also called as sea flower. And if you can see in the photo of a sea anemone given here, Metridium, the upper part of the sea anemone appears like flower and flowers, bunch of flowers, and the lower part looks like the stalks, the bundle of stalks. Another important example is corals. Now corals, if you see, they differ from other cnidarians because they live in an exoskeleton secreted by themselves. If you see Hydra, jellyfish and sea anemone, they are very soft-bodied. There is no exoskeleton present. But the corals, they secrete a hard exoskeleton of calcium carbonate and the organism is present inside this exoskeleton. So the corals are cnidarians living in a secreted exoskeleton of their own. Now see, the exoskeleton is made up of calcium carbonate. So with time, the organism inside will die. But the exoskeletons, they will fuse. And when these exoskeletons keep on fusing for many years, they form coral reefs. Now, some general characteristics of phylum Cnidaria. Habitat. These are mostly marine. They are all aquatic, and out of them, most are found in salt or marine water. There are few freshwater forms like Hydra. Hydra, in fact, is commonly called as the freshwater polyp. They have a large cavity called as cylindron. Therefore, the name of phylum was kept as Coelenterata. Symmetry is radial. So the body wall is diploblastic and the symmetry is radial. The body plan in sponges, the body plan was having many pores and a single exit. But in Cnidarians, there is a single entry and a single exit. The body is not porous. Such plan in which a single entry and an exit is present is called as a blind sac body plan. If you see in the diagram, tentacles are present and surrounding the tentacle is present an opening which is acting as a mouth also because it is the entry, and it is also acting as the anus because it is the exit. In the nearby diagram, if you see, the tube within a tube body plan is shown. In the higher phylums, tube within a tube body plan is present. How does the blind sac body plan differs from the tube within a tube body plan? You see the food, there is a single entry which through which the food will enter, then the food will be digested, and through the exit anus the food will come out. Such plan is called as a tube within a tube body plan. Now blind sac body plan is found in which organism? So the blind sac body plan is found in Cnidarians, that is all sea anemones, all jellyfishes, all the corals and all the hydroids. So the polyp and the medusa forms both type of body show blind sac body plan. The Ctenophorans, it's a minor phylum which was separated from Coelenterata, and the Ctenophorans, they differ from Cnidarians in a way that Ctenophorans have coelentron but they do not have cnidocytes. So the name Cnidaria was given because they have cnidocytes. So Ctenophorans are were separated from Coelenterata because they do not have cnidocytes. And phylum Platyhelminth. Phylum Platyhelminth also show blind sac body plan. And after phylum Platyhelminth, that is in the phylum Aschelminth, true, or we can say tube within a tube body plan arose for the first time. And since then the organisms show the presence of tube within a tube body plan. Body form. There are two basic body forms, the polyp and medusa. So this is a very important point related to Cnidarians, the presence of polyp and medusa. Polyp is a hydroid form which is sessile mostly with mouth up orientation, and medusa is umbrella or bell shape with mouth down orientation. In the next lecture we will see the type of body forms, what's the difference, and the polymorphism present in Cnidaria.